This is Unit 3, Lesson 2, titled Naming Binary Ionic Compounds. Our objective is that students will be able to write the chemical name for binary ionic compounds, and our vocabulary terms are suffix and root. So remember that Unit 3 is bonding and nomenclature. So nomenclature can really be made up of two different things. The skill of writing chemical formulas, which we learned in the last lesson, so things like A, L, N, for example. That's a chemical formula. Also a part of nomenclature is just naming the compounds. So there's an actual name for that compound, which is aluminum nitride. So there are rules for naming the compounds, and that's what we're going to learn today. We're going to focus on this aspect because we focused on the chemical formulas in our last lesson. So we're going to learn the steps for naming binary ionic compounds. The first is that you write the full name of the metal. The second is that you write the root of the nonmetal. Here are the roots. These are something that you're just going to have to memorize, but after a while they roll off the tongue. And then finally you add the suffix IDE. Now the suffix is one of our vocabulary terms. A suffix is an ending to a word. So I add IDE at the end of this. So this becomes hydride. So I just said this becomes hydride. This becomes nitride, oxide, fluoride, phosphide, sulfide, chloride, bromide, iodide, selenide. So I just wanted to pronounce those for you so you can say them in your head. So I'm going to do an example here for you. If I had the chemical formula MgO, I would take this binary compound and I would write the full name of the metal. So the full name of the metal is magnesium. And then the second rule tells me that I need to take the root of the nonmetal. So the root of the nonmetal is ox, and then I add the suffix IDE. So the name of that compound is magnesium oxide. Alright, so now it's your turn. Here's your compound, BaCl2, and you're going to go ahead and pause me and try to write the name. I know that there are some of you that are not pausing me right now. Do it and try it. Don't be lazy. Alright, I have good faith that you tried it, and so now I shall give you the answer. I took the name of the metal, and I'm going to take the root of the nonmetal. It would help if I spelt it right. Chlor, and then I add IDE. Yay. So I have some barium chloride. Believe it or not, that actually wraps up our lesson. So you want to make sure that you're able to write the chemical name of a binary ionic compound following those rules. We spent some time talking about taking good notes. I hope you wrote down examples. I hope you wrote down the vocabulary. I hope you wrote down the steps. And I hope that you wrote down anything else that you needed in order to, get the objective of this lesson.